right? We not having that. We want to build a community, forever. Kids win, we win. Period.
All right, we back. Class is in session. Welcome everybody to another episode of A.M.University. I'm your host, Antoine Miller. Wayne, what we on, Wayne? What episode we on?
It's about 19.
18, man. You slacking, bro. Slacking, man. How you feeling today, brother?
I'm feeling good.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
Looking good?
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese and Avery.
What's up?
Good to see you, young gentlemen.
Good to see you too. What's going on?
Yeah, I always love doing this show with players that I coached before, right? And not only because I could get at them with the certain things that they didn't listen to, but in all honesty, I could go back and talk about the flaws that I made as a coach as well, right? So I always like just playing the whole timeline game with my former players, like I did with Stan Martin in the earlier episodes. But these two guys is a little different because they had a different skill set than Stan Martin. So that's what we wanted to do today. We just wanted to go down the timeline of our experience together and where they are now. They're both collegiate athletes, and they both there, and they see how hard it is. I mean, just quite honestly, they see how hard it is to be a collegiate athlete as far as, the man in high school, right? So I forget freshman year. I just want to start sophomore year. Tyrese, you transferred from Doane Academy. Avery, you just started playing varsity for us at WesTech, right? So first of all, and that was Stan's senior year, right?
Yeah.
And we all know the kid Stan Martin that I had on earlier. He was a total cancer, Wayne. At the time, total cancer to the team. Not really a fault of his own because he was a 17-year-old kid and he just did what we allowed him to do. A lot of that was the coaching staff's fault, but he was a total cancer. Just wanted to do what he wanted to do, score his points, didn't have to play defense. That's it, right? We went 8-19 and it was a miserable season, right? He transferred in from Doane when he was like the Burlington County Freshman of the Year or something like that, and transferred in from Doane, and he had a lot of potential. Right, his older brother played point guard for us. We went the furthest we can go with his older brother. We saw him as an athlete, and we thought sky's the limit with us. But that year was a pretty wacky year. So I just want to hear from y'all standpoint first. How did y'all feel about that season? From an individual standpoint and from a total standpoint, how did y'all feel about that year?
Well, me, first of all, it was tough because I sat 30.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
Watching us lose like that was crazy. And me being so young, knowing that I'm coming back and playing, it'll be like, I felt pressure like, am I going to make us better or are we going to be the same?
It's funny you said I was going to ask you that question. If y'all don't know, he said he had to sit 30. You got to sit 30 days in the state of New Jersey prior to COVID. COVID is wild. You got to sit 30 days if you transfer, right? So he had to sit 30 days. And it's funny you said that. I wanted to ask you that. Like, did you feel pressure? Because us as a coaching staff, totally went about it the wrong way. Like, just talking about how much you would bring to the table when you got back to the team, blah, 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 blah. It was just totally bad, just energy putting out to the rest of the team, talking about you, right? Did that play a negative effect on you, the way we was like bigging you up in a way?
I wouldn't say it played a negative effect, but it definitely, I felt pressure coming back. I had like, basically I felt like it was a lot on the table. Like, are we gonna be the same, losing by double digits, or are we gonna at least be in the game every game, or hopefully we win them? But
why did you feel pressure though? Like, did you question yourself that you can make that leap as far as turning the program around, or what?
Well, to be honest, I was
15
years old, and it was like, can I make a team? Can I make a whole team better with 3 seniors starting? with me, you know, being the youngest starting, and so I just felt like it was tough. But yeah.
And Avery, so what about? Well, you got something to say, Wayne? I'm sorry.
Nah.
Cause I mean, you know what it's like though. Like you know what it's like to feel pressure.
Nah,
Like
it's just funny to hear somebody tell me that they felt pressure because a lot of people try to sway and say it wasn't no pressure. You feel me?
yeah.
How is not no pressure and you trying to be the best? You feel me? Even if you work out, how is no pressure you trying to be the best, man? I don't know. I don't get that.
Is it really pressure if you're trying to be the best though? If you got that type of mindset,
you're competing with yourself. What you mean? Like, what's pushing you? If pressure ain't pushing you, what else is pushing you? What's pushing you? Money.
right?
Then after you get the money, then what's pushing you? What's pushing LeBron? Pressure. Pressure to stay the best and pressure to stop say, yo, this guy is washed. LeBron washed. So he keep on putting his own pressure on himself. There's no way. There's no such thing as pressure. Like, it just feel good to hear somebody say that they felt a little pressure. You feel me?
But I want everybody to understand it's a good thing in my opinion if you handle it well. I mean, do y'all agree?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Pressure is a good
Pressure
thing.
ain't for everybody.
That's very valid. It's very true. Pressure is something else. it is. But I think where we go wrong is we don't understand the power that we have though. Like it's so funny. I heard somebody say once that like babies, they just react. Like think about it. A baby just come into the world and they don't know anything. So if the stove is hot, they don't care. They're gonna touch it. Right? It's only when the baby is given these rules from the parents and the teachers and everybody else that, oh wait, so now I gotta walk through life following rules. So now I'm getting timid and I'm feeling pressure because you told me this is how it's supposed to be. Right? I think that's a real fascinating thing.
Or
you know?
On the same side, not even on the flip side. I was about to say on the flip side, but on your same side, but on the B side of your side, because your side is the A side. The timidness come from failure. When you touch that stove and you get burnt, you like that's your failure. Like, okay, I got burnt. Don't do that no more, or I'm gonna get burnt. You feel me? Like you say, it's like from not knowing, but then sometimes after you do it, you learn. You know what I'm saying?
You learn to what though? You learn to not
feel that again.
Right. So do you just don't go to the stove or you reach over it?
Some people go to the stove again, and some people don't do it ever again.
Everybody need to go to the stove again. That's my whole point. Everybody should go to the stove again. You just gotta be smarter when you go to the stove. 100%.
I think so.
100%. But you just said it. You said it's failure, right? So what do you do from failure? You learn from failure.
And keep going, and don't do
right.
what you did to fail again.
Right. You learn from it, and you overcome it, and you bypass that. But a lot of people in this world won't even they don't even want to see the stove again. That's a problem, a major problem.
Oh, that way. You talking about that?
Right. That's a major problem. So that actually comes to me. I'm sorry, to you, Avery. Like sophomore year, it is what it is. And again, we did a terrible job as a coaching staff. I'll be the first to say it. Like you had the shortest leash ever known to man. Anything you did wrong, you was coming out. Right? And I know the reason for it because it was easy to take Avery, the sophomore, Anderson out. Right? So with your skill set, what you could potentially have been, how did that affect you going into sophomore year, playing through that whole sophomore year?
It played with my mind a lot. Like it diminished my confidence. Like I wasn't really confident in myself at the time because like when you play afraid to make mistakes, you're not gonna affect the game. Like so, and my people always used to tell me I wasn't a factor. Like because I was always afraid to make mistakes and come out of the game. I was just trying to do what I could to stay on the floor, but in the end, I wasn't doing nothing because I wasn't trying to make no mistakes. So yeah,
it kind of goes back to the last episode. He wasn't reacting at all.
But before that, the confidence drawn.
Right.
With
Brian.
Shields.
Yeah, the Shields. Right. So you wasn't reacting at all. You was just trying to do
Just
what's
being
right,
out there, not doing nothing wrong.
which is a terrible way to play basketball, but it wasn't your fault at all. That had nothing to do with you. That's really interesting. And so many coaches do that, man. Like, we do that all the time. Go ahead, Wayne.
The last joint we talking about, he went to. I said he went to Iona, whatever. It was
Boy, y'all.
the play was so good. We didn't even recognize that his name, bro.
Let me ask y'all real quick. Y'all saw the last
He
episode?
went to Baylor. The bull went to
Yeah, I watched the
Baylor.
last episode.
Yeah, I watched it.
The
You
game,
ain't see
the
the video
move
I
was
put
so
up
good.
about the move?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
didn't even
that's
recognize
the
the name on his chest.
That the filet dude.
He went to
But
Baylor.
when the boy did the ISO joint, the coach got
Oh
mad.
yeah.
I seen
Okay,
it.
yeah.
Was it a good move?
Me?
You know what I
many
realized?
dribbles, but he did. I can see why
The
the coach
teammates
was
was
mad.
going crazy. That's what I
Yeah.
realized. I didn't even look at that until today.
But me playing the way I
The
play,
teammates
I
was
think it's a
jumping
good
all
move.
crazy.
But I can see
Yeah.
why the coach was mad though. I can see why the coach was mad.
was a good move?
I think it was a great move. It
You
just,
can see why it's a bad move.
No, I can see why the coach was mad.
I mean, I don't know how much time was on the clock.
I think it was a good move
but
as
it-
well, but I
it
can
was
see
a
So
why
if
good
he
move.
started boogieing, you would have got mad?
No.
Nah. But I'm saying at that level, I feel like he did take too many dribbles. He took too many dribbles, but I could see. I think it was a good move, but I could see why the coach was mad. Is what I'm saying.
I don't understand how y'all saying
I
that.
never told you how I would have handled it, though. Like, if one of them did it. I never told you how to handle it. So, he scored, right?
Scored.
He scored.
And it wasn't
And
a
a- and
hard basket. The dude wasn't still on him.
In a
going up.
flamboyant way that could get a lot of people energized, the fans, the bench.
The
whatever
bitch
we
got
do.
energized. The bitch was hype. I noticed that.
Like
today.
you said, he should have dunked it.
I would have definitely brought them to the sideline and
Alright.
said that was a great move. Don't
I
ever,
see I'm going
don't
to
ever
a
do
lot
it
of
again.
Lincoln games this year.
Don't ever do that move again. That's what I would have said. That was an amazing move. Don't ever do it again.
Why don't ever do that move again? What's up with you? Why?
I'm gonna break it down for them. Can you do that against Morristown?
That move?
Yeah.
No.
9 times out of 10, you're not gonna be able to do that move, right?
Mm-mm.
That's why.
Bro, Morristown help is crazy, bro.
That's why.
It got to be a rip through to the
Can you
cup.
do that against Virginia? Can you do that against the Celtics? If you could do it 7 out of 10 times, Wayne, be my guest.
Because you don't like Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving can do that against anybody. Virginia, Celtics,
They 4 and
fucking
4.
Barcelona.
They 4 and 4.
fucking
They 4 and 4 or something like that.
and Kyrie Irving did what last night?
They.
He torched Utah by himself. Didn't he?
Oh, it's going to happen.
But didn't he do it by himself?
It's going to happen.
He did it by himself.
I'm
didn't
not saying it's never going to happen, Wayne. Can he do it 7, 8 out of 10 times? That's all I'm saying.
Six.
To
He
you.
do it 6.
That's not enough, bro.
Yes, it is.
60%
So
of
we
the
got
time is
Kevin
not
Durant
enough, bro.
coming.
Junior year. So any basketball player that knows, once you go into your junior year,
Serious business.
it's all supposed to change. Like it's not wait. That's how you know people are non-basketball players. They say, "Oh, senior year is going to be my year." Nah. Junior year is when everything is supposed to change for you if you that guy, right?
Yeah.
Y'all came in junior year, different players physically, right? Everything changed for y'all. So, based off that dismal sophomore season, how did y'all feel going into junior year, y'all mentality, and how did y'all feel about the season as a whole?
The mentality. Well, me and Ave during that sophomore summer, we got together more, started working out. So we knew junior year couldn't go like that, numbers wise, record wise, whatever. But I just knew, like, me personally, I had to get my body right, and I gotta do more to be able to make us a better team. I mean, and then we came out junior year. We did. Who did we start off with? Bordentown, was it? No, that was our first home game.
That was crazy.
Pensauken.
Yeah.
It was?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
I
Pensauken.
don't even remember.
Pensauken.
All I remember is Bordentown.
Oh yeah, we Pensauken, and I had I think like 20 something, but it felt like easy, so I knew my work was like it was paying off. So I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a good year for me.
Right.
But then
Right.
once the playoffs hit, it felt harder to score. Then I think it's because probably scouting reports and everybody knew what I was doing when I did it.
Who was your first playoff game?
Tom's River,
Tom's River East. I'm never gonna forget that game.
yeah,
Not Southeast.
East, yeah,
We was the 6th seed and lost to the 14th
Yeah, 14.
seed
14 seed, yeah,
Y'all lost to the underdog.
at home.
at home, yeah,
First round.
opener.
Wayne.
felt like every move I did, they knew was coming. Like, it didn't even work. So
That post you put up about a long time ago on A.M.University about stopping the ball up at the half court line. Was that him dribbling the ball and get? Was that him dribbling the ball up the court, or was that you know what I'm talking about, stopping the ball?
I don't teach kids to stop the ball. I don't
No,
teach.
you did a video. It was a dude dribbling up the court, and he was like, "You see this? How he stopping the ball too far up the thing, and he ended up going up and tried to dunk. He missed the dunk." Was that him? Was that
wasn't
Reese?
me. I wasn't
Yeah,
trying
you
to
gotta
dunk.
show me, bro. Yeah. Nah, it wasn't him. He just started dunking.
Yeah, I just started dunking.
At 19, he just started dunking.
One of
Not
your
even
older,
19.
videos, like one of your.
You gotta show me, bro. I don't
in the
remember.
beginnings.
Yeah, you gotta show me, bro. I don't
All right,
remember.
go ahead.
I don't remember.
I got you. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
And that happened, right? And so how did you feel before Avery go? How did you feel about that year as a whole?
I feel like it was an up and down year. Like, it'd be a game where we play great, then it'd be a game where we in a tough one with Williamstown. Not Williamstown, but
Yeah,
we in a tough one with Williamstown.
yeah.
But we go down to the wire with Trent Catholic.
Right,
You get what I'm saying?
right.
So, and then the next game versus Trent Catholic, we get
And
bombed.
Trent Catholic, that's when they had Isaiah Briscoe. Or?
Nah.
No,
Trent.
Tell me who y'all was wanting. Why they was good? Why they was good?
They had. I mean, they always got players, bro. I mean,
Okay.
quote unquote players. I'm not even gonna say they always had players, but at the time they had Khalif Battle. He went to Butler and Jameer Watkins, who just went to VCU. But whatever. We can talk about that. How you feel about junior year, Avery?
Junior year, I feel like my skill set like changed drastically. Like I feel like I got like I was two completely different players when I came back to my junior year as opposed to sophomore year, but it didn't reflect in the game as much as it should have. Like Reese said, off the first game, Reese had like 23. I think I had 19. I thought the same thing. It's about to be a good year. Next game we played Morristown, I had 4. So like, and that like. Junior and even now, like it was in a way it was kind of hard for me to be self-motivated, like so like I don't know, like majority of the games that I played well, it was because something one of y'all said in the locker room. It kind of like lit a fire under my behind.
I always hated that about you. I always hated that about
motivation.
you. I always hated that about you, bro. I'm a laid back guy, and you telling me I gotta get riled up every game for you to get motivated?
I mean, like, it was, I don't even know what it was, like, or it was either that or if I had like a personal vendetta against that team, like Paul the Six, like, unless I felt like, I don't know, I don't know what it was, like, it was.
You played incredible. What motivated you?
What motivated me was to just, well, a lot of things motivated me. A lot of things motivated me. A whole lot of things motivated me. The first thing was just to make my city proud. I was just trying to I was trying to be great and just trying to shoot for the stars. I was just trying to shoot for the stars. That's all I was trying to shoot for the stars. And if I miss, I know I shot for it. You feel me? Because I came in a nice atmosphere. You feel me? I came in a nice atmosphere, and I just did what I could do. And that's one thing. Second thing was just to keep the Smalls name going. My dad, you know what I mean? And I had pride in myself. Like, you feel me? I'm a prideful person to this day. Boom. And then I wanted to score 1,000. So when I walk in the gym with my kids and my sons, you know what I mean? They can see grandpa, daddy, and then they can go shoot. Boom.
How much you scored?
6 some.
Damn.
6 something.
That's it? Yeah. Got yours, huh?
Yeah.
How many years you got yours?
I got it. Well, I had more than what WesTech put up, but yeah, I got it in 3. 2.5.
What you said?
I got it in 2.5.
3 or 2.5.
I never heard him say that. Yeah, I got more than
15, you got 15 and
I got
2.5.
more than what WesTech said. I ain't never.
You said I got what?
He said I got more than what WesTech said. So he got more than.
How important was scoring 1,000 to you?
To
coming
be honest,
into high school.
To be honest, I mean I seen people doing it. I thought it was tough, but my game that I had my 1,000, I didn't even know I was gonna get it that game. My coach Bird told me before the game I was 22 points away, and I scored like 17 in the first half that game. So I mean it was important to get it, but it wasn't my main agenda. I wanted to get to the rack. So
It's pretty much 1,000 was easy.
No, but you already said though. No, what you already said. He said he wanted to get to the rack. Rutgers.
Rutgers, yeah.
Oh, for real?
That he ain't talking about the actual. He wanted to get to the. He wanted to get
Oh,
to
you talking about
Rutgers.
getting to the bucket.
Yeah, no.
Oh, no, that
That was what's more important.
And the way I thought of it
If he
was,
could score doing it, then he
Yeah.
would do it.
the more games you play, the easier getting your 1,000 is.
Anything? How you thinking about a lot?
You was the point guard,
Yeah.
so you ain't have to. You had a shooting guard that could shoot.
I handled the ball most of the time, but we had a point guard who started with me. But
He could shoot.
Right.
Yeah, I
right,
handled the
right,
ball.
Right.
The point guard that started with you, he could shoot. He's a
yeah.
sniper.
He
He's a
was
sniper.
Nah, he was he could shoot, but he was
Our
on and off
team
some
wasn't
games.
as skilled
Yeah.
as you, Wayne, and that Canada High team. It wasn't even close, and that they understand that. Yeah, everybody played their role
Yeah.
on this team.
He scored 15 what?
Hmm?
He scored 15 what? 1,500?
Nah, I scored 1,600, but at WesTech I scored only 1,200 because they didn't count my freshman year at Doane Academy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of buckets. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's
And
alright. It's alright.
I could have scored 2 racks. So.
You could have scored two racks.
Yeah.
So why didn't you?
I sat 30 days.
So why? No, that's not why you ain't scored 2,000. That's not why you ain't scored
What group you
2,000.
played in? What group was
3.
that?
3, bro. Nah,
Okay.
don't play around.
That was
with.
tough.
Yeah, nah, it wasn't no group 1, group 2 over here.
It was tough over there.
I wouldn't say it was tough, but it wasn't easy.
You played in the next to the Olympic. It was the best conference in New Jersey, South Jersey.
Yeah.
Easy. But no, let me go back to that real quick, because you said you could have scored 2,000. You still could have scored 2,000 with the 30 days off. And you remember, you always used to look at me when I used to get upset with you for not getting and ones, for not scoring 35 against Pemberton instead of having 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had 19. You should have had 40.
What you trying to get your friends to get some buckets, get them in the box score?
Nah, to be honest, I think it was just me knowing that it was an easy game. Yeah.
Right.
It was just
Right. Yes. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. And to an extent, it was the same with you.
Yeah.
It was the same with you. How can you play the way you played against Paul 6? Seriously, do you understand that we don't lose a game last year outside of Canada High? We still lose to Canada High.
How much? About how many?
If he plays,
I want to put this 1,600 in perspective.
if they both play their best.
Reese? No, yeah, they both play.
If they both play their best, you asking the wrong person when you.
But
asking
instead,
me.
where y'all played at? It was at Canada High.
Nah, they came to us. They ain't have a gym. I know it's even worse, right?
You lucky. I want to take my shit off so my Panther right now. I just want y'all to know, man, it's different, man. I scored 936. You feel me? My shit. Like, but what's 936 times 2? That's how many points I had.
936 times 2.
Yeah, that's how many.
That's like
points.
18 something.
Yeah, I had more than you. Trust me.
1872 something.
Yeah.
Y'all did that math before or something. Y'all must have said, you know what? I think Wayne, like, I'm gonna times his 936 times 2, and let me see what. Yeah, that's what he probably would have had. Y'all right though, but I probably would have had 2 stacks and some real shit. Cause I should have played my freshman year. I should have shot 30 to 53s my freshman year.
You ain't have me as a coach. So going into senior year, I want to talk about the summer going into senior year though, cause it is what it is. Well, we went 13-11 and lost to Toms River East in the first round, Wayne, at home, right? So, I right after that game, I was thinking the worst. That with transfers, with
This re-senior year?
no,
Yeah,
they're
my
both
junior
they
year.
was both the same year.
Okay.
It was junior year. That's when it happened. After that, I was thinking the absolute worst. Like,
He was going to transfer or
oh
something?
man, and I'll let y'all tell it. What y'all was feeling. I didn't talk to Avery. I know people probably asked Avery, but y'all was considering transferring, correct?
Yeah.
My junior year, junior year going to senior year,
Yeah.
Right.
I wasn't. No.
You never considered transferring.
Sophomore going into junior, I was.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah.
So okay. So I mean, both of y'all can just talk about how y'all felt at that time about that. I talked to Tyrese. Let you go first, Avery, because I talked to Tyrese about it when it was happening. I didn't talk to you. Why was you feeling that, and what transpired? You ain't gotta say who was trying to get you or whatever like that.
You
but
talking about when I
you was
thought
thinking about transferring?
like because of like I feel like it was because of like you said I had a short leash. Like I felt like sometimes some of the things you guys used to say would like you guys would contradict yourself sometimes. So and it used to bother me a lot, and I felt like, and every time I used to try to, like the type of person I used to be when I first came to WesTech, I used to always have to tell me to shut up because I always just try to talk back. Like it bothers me when I can't get my point across, but I mean that's not a problem I have anymore. But like every time I used to like try to talk about it, it would be like, you feel me, I'm talking back, or you know what I'm saying. So like I kind of that's when I kind of started to explore my options.
Where you trying to go?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
That ain't worth it. Like,
You glad you stayed?
Yeah, definitely.
Good shit.
now Tyrese,
Yeah.
like, it's funny. I knew because I was still working in the school at the time. I knew like everybody
Hell
told
yeah.
me, like everybody in the school, all the kids would tell me like, yo, Tyrese is going, like he leaving, and it's so
Junior, you
funny
talking
because I
about?
Yeah, you
stopped
talking about
seeing him
junior.
in school. I saw him every day, like 7
He
times a
stopped
day,
coming.
He was
and now I can't
dodging.
see him. I know he here. Like, yo, Tyrese, he's here.
he stay
Yeah,
out your way.
he here every day. Like, what's the problem? I was like, okay, something might
He
possibly
stay out
happen.
your way in school. In
Right.
School.
So I called him and I talked to him about it. But before I say what we talked about, tell me what you was thinking during that time after your junior year, after losing like that. What was your mindset?
Well,
And you ain't gotta say who reached out, but just tell me what they said as well. Talk about what they said.
Like me, I feel like I can play at the next level. So people telling me like, you ain't gonna get too many schools looking at you at a school that's not winning, and you're not playing competition that's that good, to where schools are coming to watch you. And like it was some like a couple good schools was calling me like here we play this schedule, we play here, you come here, you start, all of this, so you come for free. So it was like,
How did that make
I'm
you
gonna do
feel?
it.
How did that make you feel?
I mean, it made me feel like I was good enough to play at a different school. Like it felt like me going here, I'm bound to go to school for free somewhere.
Right.
So it was like,
Right.
yeah. So
Right.
that's why
Right.
I was considering it.
So I sensed it, and I would recommend any coach that goes through these things because what I see it a lot, and like a lot of y'all coaches y'all get emotional about the transfer thing, right? But what you have to realize is these kids and their parents, that's their lives, right? Who are you to say that they can't do what they think is best for them? Could they be wrong? Absolutely, right? They could absolutely be wrong. But who are you to say they can't do it? Because you thinking about yourself. I just lost this player, right? So I just wanted to say that real quick because my only thought when Tyrese was thinking about this was him. That's all I cared about. I walked up to Tyrese, or I called him and I said, listen, you don't even got to tell me what you're thinking about doing. And I would advise every coach to do the same thing, had the same conversation that I've had with Tyrese. You don't even have to tell me where you're thinking about going. Do what's best for you. I know they talking about us. I know they giving you a whole platter about, and he said it before I even said it. I know they're giving you a whole platter about what they can give you and what they can offer you, right? And they talking about us in the mud, right? That's fine, that's cool. I'm not gonna talk about them because I know what I could do. Do what's best for you and your family. Now, if you think leaving is best for you, you have to live with that decision as a man. You can't go back on it, right? That was it. I'm going to be here for you, whether you stay here or not. Period. I'm not going to desert you because you chose to leave. So whatever you choose to do, I'm going to support you. I'm going to still be here like I was your coach. End the conversation.
I would have stayed after that. I would have
I mean,
sneaky motherfucker. How you gonna leave that?
No, but it's
You
go
decided to
ahead.
stay?
Yeah, I stayed.
Good choice.
Like I talked with my dad, my brother. They they in the
What your
basketball.
brother said?
Now, he just told me do what I felt was best.
Tell the truth. What your brother said? Your dad and your brother said two different things. I guarantee you. Your
My
your
brother.
dad said what's good. He said something like what Twan just said.
My brother.
Your
He
brother said, man, listen, man, these niggas acting like this. And you go over here, we gonna do it. That's what your brother said in the room.
Nah.
That's
My
what
brother
he said to you.
He a
Don't lie.
nonchalant dude, so he would just like, do whatever feel best. Cause the schools offered me to come free. It's just I had to enroll.
Just come.
Yeah, just come. And my dad, he was on the same thing, but after a while he started, then me and my dad talked. He was like, if you get yourself better, you could make WesTech better and y'all could win games and go far. So I thought about it and I decided to stay. So
Any regrets?
no.
If you can go back, what would you do? Right now, speaking from January, what's this?
If I can go back and
fifth?
what would I change?
What's the day? January what?
Like 6th or 5th, I
6th.
think.
You can go back, that same decision right there, what would you do? Keep it real.
If I can go back,
Yep.
I work a little harder to beat Timber Creek.
That's
all.
it.
Yeah.
And went on the Rutgers.
Yeah.
Went on to the rack.
That's
Like
it.
because no, he and I had these kids on this podcast because they're smart and they gave us a lot. Like they ran through brick walls for us at our school. And what kids fail to realize is if you good enough, you good enough. He just said it. If you good enough, you good enough. Right? Coaches does play a part in it. Coaches do have to put you in the right position and they do have to teach you the right things on the court. But if you good enough, you good enough. Right? Y'all want to dip and dodge. Y'all people that's transferring 3 and 4 times, you the problem, yo. Like, you the problem. It ain't your coaches. It ain't your parents. It ain't somebody looking. You're the problem. Right? Did you ever think about transferring at all?
I thought about it, but there was no way I could do it. I'm never transfer. I love Canton High. Like, do you understand me? Like, I can't explain how much. I
He
love
like a lot of
Canton
people.
High.
He like a lot of people.
I love Canton High.
he like a lot
I
of
love
people.
my father. I love Coach Turner. I love DeJuan Wagner. I love Kevin Walls. I love Milt Wagner. I love Billy Culberson. I love Billy Thompson. I love Jason Adams. I love Greg Barr. I love Aaron Stevens. Me and Aaron Stevens is the best players that ever come out of Canton High that didn't score 1,000. Wayne Smalls Jr. and Aaron Stevens is the best 2 players that ever come out of Canton High.
Hey,
that
Lou
didn't
ain't
score
scored a
1,000.
stat. Hey, Lou ain't scored that.
Your public announcement.
I mean, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard.
I love all y'all. I'm a purple and gold forever.
What you say, Avery?
And when I was hearing it, and it's crazy because when I was hearing the rumors of Reese transfer, me and Reese wasn't really talking like that. Like, we wasn't as close as we was like around that time, because how I was thinking about it on some KD Westbrook type stuff, like, because we done talked about like how far we wanted to go and things like that, and I'm like, this dude thinking about leaving, like, so like for me we wasn't really talking like that. But then I don't know when he decided to stay, but I just heard like a lot of people in the school, like you was saying, was going around talking about it. Oh, like, and I just felt like if he did leave, it was going to be some some people who would have to move up. Like it would be some shoes that would have to be filled. I mean, so like I felt like it would have brought a lot of pressure on returning players, returning seniors, given that the role he played previously, somebody had to step up to that.
Yeah. Well, moral of the story is you make your own bed, man. Like you make your own bed. Period. You go here, you go here. As far as basketball, y'all people that just keep transferring, y'all running. Y'all running, and y'all want somebody to just give y'all food instead of taking it. That's it. That's it. Feel me, Wayne? What's wrong with these?